In today's video, I'm going to show you how to do the level 102 pillage target for instant repair. Hey everyone, Derpy here, and welcome back to another Battle Pirates video. As I get started, if you know a new or returning player or anyone in your alliance who can benefit from this video, make sure to share it with them. This is because this target is going to be around for several more months, and if you can do pillage for free with an old fleet, that's going to help you out a ton. I will of course show you the build at the end, and the build is relatively important in terms of at least the specials that you have on your anti-mortar ship. And actually, I will get hit by one anti-mortar in this, or one mortar in this video, which I just did right there, so that's where the only source of damage comes from in this target. The other big piece is driving correctly. What I'm doing is making sure I'm outranging all of the long-range missiles and the UAVs. Now you can do this, of course, by chaining off of the short-range turrets like I'm doing right here, or sometimes the ships in this target, and that is going to help you, completely eliminate damage. If you never get shot at by the long-range missiles and never get shot at by the UAVs because you are chaining onto them, that is fantastic. Importantly, your MDS-3s are not going to fire at all in this entire video here if you drive correctly. If they are shooting, it means you're doing something just a little bit wrong. And MDS-3s and Gales do not shoot at the enemy UAVs just because Kixeye has tagged it like that. Towards the end of the video, I will show you sort of a special technique that you can use to kill one or two of these things if you don't quite chain and take them all out. As you saw, I started at about 3 o'clock and came in and started rotating counterclockwise or anti-clockwise around the target, killed a few different things. There are two half-dead turrets in the very center of your screen right here, and those are going to be important ones to try and kill. This next part can be a little bit tricky because what I'm going to do is wait until that moving ship gets close to these two turrets. Once it gets close, I'm then going to go in and chain on this guy about 3 to 4 times, and actually I could probably kill him 100%, but occasionally the ship is useful for chaining off of a little bit in the future. You also need to be very careful as he is going to spin around and you don't want to get hit by these red firing arcs which will spit mortars at you. So right here I'm shooting at him and I'm chaining onto him and going to kill those two turrets that are half health. I did manage to just avoid those red firing arcs. If you ever are caught by them, if you actually start moving just at full speed, you are going to be able to pretty much eliminate all damage from that ones, because while it does fire uncounterable mortars at you, the splash is actually not incredibly high. This is my second attempt in the 102. In the first attempt, I got 3 minutes and 51 seconds damage. Only damage was from a missile, and I actually got shot at by these mortars, but didn't take any damage. So you will have to play around with these, make sure you don't go close to them pretty much at all, and it should help. At this point in the target, I'm going to click on this mortar and kill him. Killing this mortar will let me chain off to the left and a little bit up and kill the long-range, medium-range rocket turret right there. This rocket turret is not too big a deal when you can chain onto him, which you have to go inside the target to do. Now that I am inside the target, I'm going to move forward and just get 1 or 2 shots at this oil rig or oil refinery or refinery building, and that will kill a few of these random trash buildings, which will make my chains work a little bit better later on in the target. It's not super important, but it does help out a little bit. At this point, I'm clicking on the UAV turret just to see its range here. I'm going to skirt it and go very, very wide from this. You cannot actually kill this one just by chaining onto it, although I am going to get some damage just from killing this first building. You will see that one of my UAVs flies out a little bit ahead. That is my anti-ship, and it has higher projectile speed, which is relevant here. I'm going to come back to those two turrets later because I'm going to chain onto them with the ship. That's not going to work 100% of the time, so I will show you a technique to kill the UAV turret by actually going into range of it but not getting shot, which can get pretty tricky. I'm continuing to go counterclockwise around the target. I'm killing the few random turrets on the outside there that don't really do anything because it's a mortar, and my Gales take down all of the incoming mortars, and then the short-range missile turret I can just outrange. The stationary ships right here are not too bad. It is the most important thing in terms of staying out of range of that one. The short-range missile turrets you can actually just click on and you'll be out of range completely. If you auto it, essentially, you stop ahead of time. I don't quite kill the ship, but I do want to come back towards the center of the target. I want to chain onto the missile right here. The idea with chaining onto the missile is it's going to kill several different of these turrets and things like that here. Because I cleaned some of the trash buildings at the top earlier, it should mean that this rocket turret's going to go down. There is another thing you can do where you kill some trash buildings first before you get that rocket turret. At the same time, or just afterward, I'm chaining onto the ship that just moved away at the top there. I was able to hit it just right, so the ship chained onto the 2 turrets I left on the top left. Unfortunately, I didn't quite shoot enough times at that one. I was a little bit too conservative and ended up not killing them, but I will show you again how to kill it by going into range but not getting shot at right after I finish up the rest of this target cluster. For the bottom right cluster, just clicking on the short range turret and stopping early works completely fine for chaining out and taking out this entire cluster. Now, obviously, I have been on this target about 5.5 minutes. Covenants do it a little bit quicker, but not everyone has those. I have 4 built and showed a video with those ones if you are curious how this works. And Kixeye could potentially do a few things to tweak this and make ARKs not work very well against this, which I really just do want to have you aware of for that one. In terms of the technique for killing the UAV turret, I'm doing that right here. What you want to do is do a very, very shallow cut into a circle right here and then move away the second that your ships are firing. That's because you saw the red ring flash up. That is the telegraph reload arc. And if you get out of range before it actually fires, it's not going to shoot at you. So you can duck in and out of range. It is tricky and you take a ton of damage if you mess up, which is why I like chaining off these ships. I could have done that again here if I was more patient, but I liked it just to show you that technique in any case. Pretty good target run. Let's check the damage, the battle report, as well as the build, and see just what we're getting in this particular target. I did show you that 1 mortar hit me. That's where the entire damage came from, with just 1 mortar, and I evaded, which means I shot down all the incoming missiles and stuff like that. 12 minutes damage. I told you my last one was 3 minutes and 51 or 41 seconds. It is instant repair. The build is shown on screen here and is in my build stock. I will have a few differences in terms of my range special laser scope on this particular ship, but the important ship is the Gale ship. You want to have at least 5 Gales, if not more. If I had tokens, I would refit one of my regular ships and essentially turn it into another Gale ship. I hope this video did help. If you enjoy these videos and find this stuff helpful, consider being a channel member, and welcome to our newest channel member, Chris J. With that said, and until next time, this is Derpy signing out, helping you be a better pirate.